Life is a long road where most people walk aimlessly, hoping something good will happen to them. They wait for luck, they depend on chance, and they believe destiny is fixed. But Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest success philosophers in history, spent his life proving otherwise. His message was clear: success is never an accident. It is built by design, crafted by principles, and shaped by the thoughts we allow to dominate our minds. Millions have read his famous book, Think and Grow Rich, but what most people don't realize is that Hill's teachings go much deeper than the common ideas, often repeated in self-help circles. Behind the popular phrases, there are hidden truths, teachings that can save you decades of wasted time and transform your entire destiny if you truly understand and apply them. These are the best teachings of Napoleon Hill you have probably never heard before. Hill's first and most vital teaching is the principle of definiteness of purpose. This is more than simply having a goal. It is about having one single, burning obsession. Something so clear and so specific that every decision you make either moves you closer to it or takes you further away. Most people drift through life without direction, living reactively, chasing distractions, and wondering why nothing changes. Hill called these people drifters, and he believed drifting was the greatest tragedy of mankind. Without a definite purpose, you waste decades chasing illusions. But with it, you compress time. You move with power, focus, and unstoppable clarity. A definite purpose transforms your life into a mission, and that mission gives birth to greatness. But even purpose alone is not enough. Hill introduced the principle of the master mind. Success, he insisted, is never a solo achievement. Behind every great accomplishment in history stood a group of people, united in harmony, combining their skills, minds, and energy toward a shared goal. The hidden lesson here is that your environment is everything. The people around you are not just friends or colleagues. They are forces shaping your future. One wrong association can waste decades, but one carefully chosen partnership can accelerate you years ahead. Hill taught that you must consciously build your mastermind group. Surround yourself with those who inspire, challenge, and push you higher, because no one rises alone. The next powerful teaching is applied faith. Most people misunderstand faith. They think it is blind belief or passive hope. But Hill defined applied faith as a mental attitude, deliberately built through repetition of positive thoughts, affirmations, and visualization until your mind accepts success as inevitable. True faith is not waiting for evidence, it is acting as if the evidence already exists. Hill's hidden truth is that the universe responds to belief, not doubt. Those who wait for certainty waste years. Those who act with faith move forward despite uncertainty. And that action creates results. Faith, when applied, is a force that bends reality to your will. Closely connected to faith is Hill's deep teaching about the subconscious mind. He described it as the bridge between your conscious thoughts and what he called infinite intelligence, the universal source of ideas, creativity, and power. The subconscious does not judge. It simply accepts whatever you feed it, whether positive or negative, and uses it to shape your reality. Every fear you dwell on, every complaint you repeat, every limiting belief you hold becomes an instruction to your subconscious. Most people let their subconscious be programmed by society, toxic influences, and random circumstances. Hill taught that success requires deliberately feeding your mind with purpose-driven thoughts until they dominate your inner world. When your subconscious is aligned, your outer world follows. One of Hill's most overlooked discoveries was the law of Cosmic Habitforce. This principle, introduced in his later work, explains that the universe itself reinforces consistent patterns. Whatever you repeat, whether thoughts, habits, or emotions, become stronger and more permanent. People sabotage themselves by maintaining destructive habits and then wonder why success eludes them. But Hill explained that when you align your habits with success, discipline, persistence, gratitude, the very forces of nature seem to support you. The hidden lesson is that success is never sudden. It is built by the law of habit force, which silently shapes your destiny day by day. Hill also revealed the importance of failure, but not in the shallow way motivational quotes describe it. He insisted that failure is nature's way of teaching, redirecting, and preparing you for bigger responsibilities. Every setback, he said, carries the seed of an equal or greater benefit, if you are willing to look for it. Most people waste years resenting failure, blaming others, or quitting altogether. But the successful mind immediately searches for the lesson, the hidden advantage, the new path contained within the loss. This ability to transmute failure into fuel is what separates those who rise from those who remain stuck. Another rare teaching is about decision-making. Hill's research found that highly successful people make decisions quickly and firmly, while unsuccessful people delay, hesitate, and frequently change their minds. Indecision, he wrote, is one of the greatest thieves of life. Every hesitation drains energy, kills momentum, and programs the mind to doubt itself. Hill was clear. Quick decisions do not mean reckless choices. They mean trusting your purpose, your preparation, and your faith enough to move forward with conviction. Decisiveness builds power. Indecision wastes decades. Among the most controversial yet profound lessons Hill introduced is sexual transmutation. He argued that sexual energy is the most powerful human energy, and when harnessed, it can be redirected into creative and productive outlets. Many geniuses, inventors, and leaders, Hill claimed, mastered the art of channeling desire into innovation, art, and achievement. The hidden truth here is that unchecked indulgence drains vitality and focus, while disciplined redirection of that same energy fuels greatness. It is uncomfortable to discuss, which is why most people ignore it. Yet Hill believed it was one of the most potent forces behind extraordinary accomplishment. Hill also warned about the danger of scattered attention. He taught the principle of controlled attention, the ability to focus single-mindedly on one major purpose while shutting out distractions. In today's world, this principle is more valuable than ever. Most people chase dozens of small goals, dividing their energy until nothing is achieved. But concentration is the currency of mastery. Controlled attention transforms effort into power. Without it, years dissolve into mediocrity. With it, even ordinary abilities produce extraordinary results. One of Hill's most spiritual teachings was the idea of the sixth sense. He described it as the intuitive faculty that emerges once you have mastered the other principles. It is that inner voice, that sudden inspiration, that flash of insight that guides you beyond logic. Most people ignore intuition, waiting for external validation, and as a result, they miss life-changing opportunities. Hill's hidden lesson is that intuition is not random. It is developed through discipline, self-control, and alignment with purpose. When you learn to trust it, you see doors that others cannot even imagine. Another essential but underrated teaching is self-control. Hill wrote that without control of your emotions, your desires, and your actions, every other principle collapses. Anger, jealousy, greed, and fear destroy more lives than poverty or failure ever could. The hidden truth is that your greatest battle is always with yourself. Master yourself and the world becomes conquerable. Fail to master yourself and nothing else will matter. Finally, Hill revealed his most profound conclusion. Life gives you exactly what you demand of it, not what you casually wish for, not what you daydream about, but what you demand with persistence, purpose, and faith. Most people never demand anything of life. They drift, they hope, they settle. But the universe responds to boldness. Hill taught that when you act as if success is already yours and refuse to quit until it manifests, life bends to your will. Life is not a passive experience, it is a negotiation. And the terms are set by the strength of your demand. When you bring all these teachings together, definite purpose, the mastermind, applied faith, subconscious programming, the law of habit force, the lessons of failure, decisiveness, sexual transmutation, controlled attention, intuition, self-control, and the boldness to demand success, you begin to see life in a new way. Success is not about luck, chance, or background. It is about principles that never change, no matter who you are or where you come from. This is the hidden wisdom of Napoleon Hill, the teachings you may have never heard, but which hold the power to transform your destiny. But remember, knowing is not enough. Wisdom without action is wasted. The real question is, will you apply them? Will you live with purpose? Surround yourself with the right minds. Discipline your thoughts and demand success from life itself. If you do, you will not only think and grow rich, you will live rich, in every sense of the word.